Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Makes Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, and I'm getting back into my series of the 52-week movie challenge. So I'm doing this in a completely random order. I brought this book ages and ages ago. As you know, I've been doing random challenges on the channel every so often. You know, it's sort of like been hit or miss when I do them. But I've decided to get back into it. So I've decided to do these in random order. And so the number that the random number generator gave me was challenge number 38. And that is set in your location or region. Now, if you haven't got this book, you can get this on Amazon. I believe there's other books that are similar to this as well in the series, because I think there's like a horror edition. I think there's a book edition. Like, so if you're a reader and not a movie watcher, then that's one I could recommend. But yes, there's random challenges in these books. If you haven't seen my series before, I'm just going to give you a little explanation now. And basically, you just fill it in. I haven't filled in today's movie yet because I'll fill it in after I've done my review. But on this side, you basically put all the details of the film that you want to watch in this challenge. It can be a brand new watch. It could be a repeat watch, whatever you feel like. Because, I mean, there is one challenge in here that is your favourite film, things like that. So with this, I will try my absolute hardest to pick films that are ones I haven't watched before. But for example, for this challenge, where it's set in your location or region, I went for a movie that I have seen before, just because the simple fact of, I kind of felt like in the mood to watch it. I don't know why, so I went with it. So today's movie is Fighting with My Family. So if you don't know what Fighting with My Family is about, I'll just give you a quick sort of like plot summary. So basically, this is about Saraya Knight, and she is basically Paige in the WWE. This is about her getting into the WWE. This is about her family. You know, she lives in Norwich, which is basically in the Norfolk region, which is where I live. I don't live in Norwich, but I live in Norfolk as a region. So I went for this one because all the other films that I looked at that come up when you typed in Norfolk, there weren't really that many fully set in Norwich. Like, this does go to Florida because she does some training for the WWE. But a lot of it is set in Norwich because it's not only looking at Paige herself and her training and how she got to where she is, but also it looks at her family as well. So her brother and her mum and dad, things like that. So it is more based in Norwich than it is something like Stardust that I saw is set in Norfolk, but apparently it's only like the city is set in Norfolk, the rest is elsewhere. So I went for something that was a bit more consistent. But yeah, so Fighting with My Family, it stars Dwayne Johnson, of course, The Rock, Nick Frost, and it also stars Florence Pugh. Now, this is the first time I'd ever watched Florence Pugh in a film, and I think she did a really good job in this. But yeah, so this is a biopic. Some of the questions in here are a bit weird, like it's awards received. And then one of them is, why did you choose this particular film? And I was like, for one thing, looking at other films, couldn't see anything else. But also, when you say location or region, my first thought was Fighting with My Family. So this is a wrestling film. So if you're not a massive fan of wrestling, you might not enjoy this film too much. But I still recommend you watch it because it's not the sole focus is the wrestling. It's more on Paige's story more than anything else. So yeah, I'm going to just read off some of the questions in here. So one of them is, would you recommend this film? Why or why not? Yes, I would recommend this film, even if you just watch it the once, just because, like I said, it is not just about Paige. It is about her whole family, because they grew up with wrestling, they love wrestling, so not only do we get to see her, but we get to see her family, and I think it's a very good biopic. You can be very touch and go with a biopic, for me, in my eyes anyway, but I really enjoyed this one, mainly, say, for Florence Pugh's acting, because she did a very good job, and I think it's a good film in the sense of it's basically telling you don't give up when things get hard, even though you may want to, still keep pushing and you could achieve those dreams. Kind of like Paige did, because I won't spoil the movie or anything like that, I won't say too much more on it. But her story, I think, is an amazing one to watch. And it's definitely worth watching. Even if you just watch it the once. And then one of the things is, were you surprised by the ending? What would you do differently? Now, because this is a biopic, I wouldn't do anything differently, because obviously it's based on a true story, so unless it's not the right ending, I don't know. But I was actually surprised by the ending, because I'm not a massive fan of wrestling. Like, I kind of got into it a couple of years ago, but I've sort of like drifted off that now. It's sort of like one of those things where got hyped for a little while, but now it's like, eh. Like, I'll watch Fighting with my family, that's about it. But I didn't realise how Paige actually got into WWE. So that was quite a surprising ending. So I was like, oh wow, okay. That was not expected. So yeah, I was surprised by the ending. And so, like I said, what would I do differently? I wouldn't do anything different, because I don't know what I'm just going by what the movie is. I haven't like looked into her history or anything like that. And then, how well do you feel the film portrayed your region? What subtle details were there that completed the picture? So for me, Norwich, you can definitely tell the location. Like, obviously, if you're someone like me who goes to Norwich all the time, you recognise certain places, you recognise certain things. So, like, one of the scenes at the very beginning, that you can see the Norwich market, and I recognise that so well. So yeah, I recognise that, and I'd say we also had the O2 at one point, and they did a bit in the O2. So it was nice to see things that I recognised. But I have given my overall thoughts on the film, but just to generally wrap it up. Okay, so it's definitely worth a one-time watch. I definitely would recommend watching it just once. Even if you don't watch it anymore after that, watch it once. Because this is coming from someone that's not a massive fan of wrestling. Like I said, I got into it for a little bit, but now it's sort of drifted off. But even now that I'm not into wrestling as much as I used to be, I still enjoy that film. Like, I still have fun with it. There's a lot of comedy moments. I mean, Nick Frost is quite hilarious in this. I think they did a really good job. And honestly, like I said, just watch it once. Even if you don't watch it any more than that, watch it once. I don't think you'll regret it. At least I don't think so anyway. But yeah, sometimes you have to give films a go that's not in your wheelhouse. I mean, like I said, wrestling's not in my wheelhouse, but I watched it and I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I mean, obviously it's got a lot of actors in there that I recognise, so that was another thing that sort of like dragged me into it, because it's also got Vince Vaughn in it. I do like his character in some of his movies. I mean, especially Freaky. Love his character in that. But yeah, so there's some really, really good actors in here, and there's some really good performances. So if you have not watched it, give it a one-time watch, even if you don't like it, because everyone has got their own opinion. I mean, for me, I know this is going away from the review, but I'm just not a massive fan of The Godfather. I watched it, I couldn't fully get into it, but there are going to be films that I'm going to enjoy that a lot of people don't. So it's each to everyone's opinion. Everyone enjoys what they enjoy. So yeah, for me, I would still say watch it at least once. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. But like I said, watching a film like this does make you think, maybe I should watch other films. I mean, things like, I'm going on a rant here now, things like Top Gun. I'm not a massive army, warplane kind of person. Then I watched Top Gun in prep for Top Gun Maverick, and I enjoyed it. And it's a film I never would have thought to put on, because I like my comedies, I like my horrors, I like my science fiction, I like my fantasy, I like things based on things. So for me, when I watched Top Gun, I was like, wow. Watching Fight with My Family, I was like, wow, okay, maybe I should expand more. So after watching it today, I definitely want to watch more different films. I want to try and expand my movie, not knowledge, but experience. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. I want to expand my movie experience after watching Fight with My Family. So As I do my Meg's Movie Weekly Watches, you might find some films that I wouldn't have normally talked about. So, yeah, Fighting With My Family, definitely worth at least a one-time watch. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the next one's going to be. I'm going to pick it at random later on. I'll let you guys know in the community posts. But yeah, it's going to be nice to get back into this. I do miss doing this because it is a fun little challenge book. And the fact that I'm doing it at random just makes it more fun, I think. Like, you're then having to... I mean, there's some genres in here that I'm not even sure what I'm going to watch for them. I mean, I'm not very good at turning the pages in this when I want to go to a certain page. I mean, there's some in here where there's like, where is it? I mean, a film you personally relate to. I don't really relate to any films, at least not the ones that I've watched anyway. So that's going to be a fun one to figure out. Let's see, what were these, some of the other ones? Foreign film. Not going to lie, I'm not a massive fan of someone that wants to read subtitles on a film. But I'll do it for this. So who knows, maybe I might expand my knowledge. There's some other ones as well. I mean, natural disaster, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a massive fan of those films. Like, I have seen a couple of them. And not a massive fan, but I'll still watch it anyway. I mean, set during the Great Depression, based around a sport. I'm not a sporty person, but I'll still watch one. Features an illness. Now, I'm someone that doesn't like illness either. I'm just sort of like, I'm not a massive fan of it. That's all I'm going to say. So to have to watch a film that is about an illness is sort of like, ugh. Because when you think of that, you think of things like cancer or, I don't know. Because there was that film about COVID, weren't there? Songbird. Like, that was sad to watch. So things like that. I mean, set pre-1900s. I've never watched anything older than probably 1940. So that's going to be a fun one. I mean, I think there's one more that I can't really think of, but I'm going to have a look for it. I think it's on the first bit. I mean, a controversial film. An independent film. Set during a historic war. So, yet again, with subtitles. So, there's going to be a lot of things in here that's going to make me want to, experience different movies. So, I look forward to doing those challenges. But yeah, I'll let you guys know in the community post which one I do next. Sorry for all the rambling. It's one of those, I think it's one of those videos today where it's like, I just want to give my thoughts all out there. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And also leave me your comments and thoughts on Fighting With My Family. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Is this one that you have been meaning to watch? If you have just recently watched it, let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts on this film. So, like I said, wrestling, I got into it a little while ago, died out of it now, but watching that film, I still enjoyed it. So I'd love to know your guys' opinion on that. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.